Welcome to our channel HD Rare Coin 111, your go-to spot for uncovering the incredible world of rare US coins. If you've ever wondered if your old pennies, nickels, or dimes are worth more than face value, you're about to find out. In today's video, we'll be exploring some truly rare coins and their shocking values. And if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. So let's jump in. Top 1. Have you ever wondered if the change sitting in your pocket might be worth more than just 25 cents? Well, you might want to take a closer look. Because today, we're diving deep into one of the most intriguing and potentially valuable modern coins in American history, the 2022 quarter dollar featuring the legendary Maya Angelou, issued by the United States of America from Washington. This coin is not just a piece of currency, it's a story, a legacy, and for some lucky collectors, a serious payday. Now, at first glance, this quarter may look like any other. After all, it carries the same denomination we're all familiar with, $0.25. But what sets it apart isn't just the face value or even the design. It's what lies beneath, the symbolism, the history, and the surprising value it's gained in such a short period of time. The coin itself is part of the American Women Quarters program, a U.S. mint initiative that began in 2022. The aim? To honor the incredible achievements of women who shaped America's history and culture. And what better way to kick off such an important series than with the poet, author, activist, and icon, Maya Angelou. Her portrait graces the reverse side of the coin with arms uplifted, symbolizing her powerful spirit, and the sun's rays stretching behind her, suggesting both inspiration and resilience. She is depicted in a pose that evokes her most famous work, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, expressing themes of freedom and strength. On the obverse side, the front, we still see a classic image of George Washington, but this too has been redesigned. Unlike the traditional left-facing profile, this version features Washington facing right, adapted from a sculptor's original concept dating back to 1932. It's a subtle nod to tradition while embracing change, a perfect pairing for a coin honoring groundbreaking women. But what makes this coin truly remarkable isn't just the artwork or symbolism, it's what's happening in the collector's market. Now, most of these coins are being circulated normally, passed hand to hand in everyday transactions. And in those cases, their value stays at 25 cents. However, not all of these quarters are created equal. Some have mint errors. Others are in pristine condition, graded highly by professional coin grading services. And some rare variants are causing quite a stir. Let's talk about those rare ones for a second. There have been verified cases of Maya Angelou 2022 quarters with die clashes, off-center strikes, and even double dies. These minting anomalies make each of those coins unique, and collectors love unique. The fewer the flaws of a specific type that exist, the more a collector is willing to pay. It's the law of rarity and demand. Beyond the errors, even perfectly struck coins, especially from the Philadelphia or Denver mints, are being hunted down in flawless condition. If you've ever heard of MS-67 or MS-68, those are the near-perfect grades used by professional appraisers to evaluate a coin's condition. And guess what? Those top-tier Maya Angelou quarters have already fetched astonishing prices in the collector's market. It might be hard to believe, but these coins, minted just a few years ago and still circulating, are already making headlines for their value. Think about that. A coin minted for just 25 cents being sold at auctions and to collectors for amounts that most people never expect from pocket change. You might be asking, why this coin? Why Maya Angelou? Well, it's not just the subject or even the artistry, but the cultural moment it represents. This coin marks a milestone in U.S. mint history. It was the first quarter ever to feature a black woman. It's about progress, representation, and that means it holds more than monetary value. It carries symbolic and historic weight. That combination of meaning, rarity, and collectability is what drives value. Collectors know that coins like these don't just come around often. And that brings us to the heart of the matter. How much is one of these coins really worth? Imagine finding this quarter in your change jar, thinking it's just another piece of metal, only to find out it's one of those rare, mint condition editions. The kind of coin that's been preserved with incredible care, untouched by circulation, and professionally graded. Well, hold on to your seat, because some of these rare Maya Angelou Washington State 2022 quarters have been sold for as much as $15,000. Yes, you heard that right. 15,000. That's not a fantasy. That's a real figure from collectors willing to pay top dollar for this unique blend of modern history, rarity, and beauty. $15,000 for a coin you might still find in circulation. So the next time you receive a quarter in your change, don't just toss it aside. Look closely. Check the date. Check the mint mark. Pay attention to the design. Because you never know, you might just be holding a small fortune right in the palm of your hand, and if it happens to be a 2022 Maya Angelou quarter in near perfect condition or with a rare minting error, well, you might just be $15,000 richer. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more amazing coin stories, and share it with someone who might have a valuable quarter hiding in their couch cushions. Who knows, you could change someone's life with a simple click. Top 2. Every coin has a story. And some stories are worth far more than their face value. In today's video, we're uncovering the fascinating tale behind one of the most talked about coins in American numismatic circles, the United States of America Washington State Quarter Dollar from Delaware, minted in 1999. What looks like an ordinary 25-cent coin could actually be a hidden treasure. In fact, one rare version of this very coin has stunned collectors with a value that you wouldn't believe, a value we'll reveal a bit later in this video. So if you've got some spare change lying around, it might be time to take a closer look. The year 1999 marked the beginning of a bold new initiative by the U.S. Mint, the 50-state quarters program. For the first time in U.S. history, each state would be honored with its own unique quarter design. The idea was simple yet revolutionary: release 5 state quarters per year in the order the states joined the Union. And what better way to start this historic series than with Delaware, the very first state to ratify the Constitution in 1787. The Delaware Quarter, released in early 1999, quickly captured the public's attention. On its reverse side, the coin features Caesar Rodney on horseback, racing through a storm to cast his vote for independence in 1776. It's a dramatic and dynamic image, a tribute to patriotism, urgency, and sacrifice. Caesar Rodney's midnight ride was a defining moment in American history, and this quarter pays homage to that legacy with style and grace. On the front, of course, is the familiar face of George Washington, with the inscriptions, United States of America, Liberty, in God We Trust, and the denomination, quarter dollar. At a glance, it looks like every other state quarter, but here's where the story gets interesting. Not all Delaware quarters are created equal. While millions were minted for circulation from Philadelphia and Denver, some rare and highly sought-after varieties have surfaced, coins with minting errors, rare die conditions, or exceptionally pristine states of preservation. These are the coins that make collectors sit up and take notice. And when we say rare, we mean extremely rare, the kind of coin you're unlikely to find unless you're incredibly lucky, incredibly observant, or both. Let's talk about why some of these 1999 Delaware quarters have become so valuable. First, there's the history. Being the first coin in a wildly successful national program makes it a natural target for collectors. Everyone wants to own the first issue. But then there are the physical traits. Some of these coins feature what's known as a spitting horse error, where a small die break makes it appear that the horse on the reverse is spitting. It sounds funny, but to collectors, it's a serious and highly desirable error. Others have off-center strikes, double dies, or were struck on the wrong metal planchet. These anomalies can increase the value dramatically. But even without those errors, coins that have been kept in near-perfect condition, untouched by circulation and professionally graded, can command serious premiums. The grading scale, which goes from 1 to 70, considers every microscopic detail of a coin's condition, and coins graded MS-67, MS-68, or higher are extremely rare and valuable. What makes these coins even more intriguing is that they still pop up from time to time in circulation. That's right, You could find one in a coin jar, in change from a vending machine, or inside a forgotten piggy bank. Most people wouldn't give them a second glance. But coin collectors know better. They know that certain 1999 Delaware quarters are not just coins, they're investments, pieces of American history, and for a lucky few, tickets to unexpected fortune. It's always the small details that matter. Does your quarter have a slight doubling of the text? Is the strike unusually sharp, with all design elements perfectly crisp? Does it carry an unusual mint mark or appear to be struck on a different kind of metal? These are the kinds of questions that can turn a simple coin into a conversation piece, or a small fortune, and this isn't just theory. These aren't just collector dreams. One particularly rare version of the 1999 Delaware State Quarter, in near-perfect condition with a unique mint error and flawless grading, recently made waves in the numismatic community. This specific coin, verified by top grading professionals and sought after by high-end collectors, stunned everyone with its market value. So now, for the moment you've been waiting for. What is the most valuable version of the 1999 Delaware Quarter dollar really worth? Brace yourself, because this seemingly ordinary piece of pocket change was sold to a private collector for an astonishing total of $75,000. Yes, that's right. $75,000. Just imagine, a coin that once cost just 25 cents, now commanding the price of a luxury car, or a house down payment. That's the magic of numismatics. That's the power of history, rarity, and keen observation all coming together in one tiny object. So what should you do next? Go through your old coins. Check your change. Dig through drawers, jars, wallets, anywhere you might find an overlooked quarter. And when you spot one from Delaware, dated 1999, don't rush to spend it. Take a closer look. Because you never know. You just might be holding $75,000 in your hand. If you found this video fascinating, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more incredible coin stories, and share this with anyone who might have change stashed away at home. Your next great discovery could be just one quarter away. Top 3. What if I told you that one of the most ordinary-looking coins in your pocket or coin jar might be hiding a massive secret? That a simple 25-cent piece, yes, a quarter, could actually be worth thousands of dollars? Well, buckle up, because today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating and potentially lucrative coins in modern U.S. history, the United States of America Washington State Quarter Dollar, minted for Connecticut in 1999. At first glance, it looks like any other quarter. Small, silver-colored, lightweight. You've probably handled hundreds, maybe even thousands of them over the years without a second thought. But the 1999 Connecticut State Quarter is not just any coin. It's part of a landmark moment in American coinage, and for some lucky individuals, it has turned out to be a life-changing find. Let's set the scene. The year is 1999. The U.S. Mint launches one of the most ambitious and creative projects in its history, the 50 State Quarters program. The plan? To release a unique quarter for each state, one every 10 weeks, over a span of 10 years. And Connecticut's quarter was the last to be released in that exciting first year, a year that completely changed how the public saw coins. Now, Connecticut may be one of the smaller states in the country, but its contribution to this coin program was anything but small. The design chosen for the quarter is a tribute to the charter oak, one of the most iconic and enduring symbols of American independence and resilience. According to legend, this tree became a hiding place for the Connecticut Charter in 1687 when British authorities tried to revoke it. The oak tree, therefore, became a symbol of the state's determination to preserve its rights and self-governance. On the coin's reverse side, you see the charter oak, beautifully detailed with sprawling, intricate branches. Above it is the word Connecticut, the year 1788, when it became a state, and below, the year of minting, 1999. It's a stunning piece of art in miniature, and collectors quickly took notice. But of course, the story doesn't stop with its historical symbolism or elegant design. What makes this coin so captivating, and potentially incredibly valuable, is what lies beneath the surface, a combination of rarity, condition, and in some cases, mysterious minting errors. You see, not all 1999 Connecticut quarters are the same. The vast majority are still worth 25 cents. But there are a select few that have become legendary in the world of coin collecting. Some were struck with slight die misalignments, others with planchet errors, and a rare few were minted with double die features, where parts of the design appear to be shadowed or doubled due to a misprint during the striking process. And then there are the coins that have been preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition. We're talking about quarters that have never been touched by human hands, never tossed in a pocket, never dropped on a sidewalk. These coins are often sent to professional grading services where they receive a numerical score based on their quality, with the highest being a perfect 70. Coins from the Connecticut 1999 quarter release that receive extremely high grades, especially those with additional quirks like mint errors or unusual luster, have gained the attention of serious collectors across the country. The demand is growing, and with demand comes skyrocketing value. Why are collectors so drawn to this particular quarter? It's not just about the coin itself. It's about what it represents, the first year of the 50-state quarters program, a symbol of American history, and the ever-present thrill of discovering something valuable in the most unexpected places. Imagine this: you're cleaning out your drawers or sorting through a stack of coins. You find a shiny quarter from 1999, flip it over, and see the charter oak. It might seem like nothing at first. But with the right conditions, a rare mint mark, an error only visible under close inspection, or flawless preservation, that little coin could be worth far more than its face value. And now we come to the part of the story that coin enthusiasts live for: the rare finds, the jaw-dropping auction prices, and the life-changing valuations. One such Connecticut state quarter, professionally graded, almost flawless in condition, and possessing unique mint characteristics, stunned collectors when it entered the private market. This wasn't a myth or a rumor, this was a real, confirmed sale. So, what was it worth? That one exceptional Connecticut Washington quarter from 1999, rare in condition, history, and preservation, was sold for a staggering total of $65,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. $65,000 for a single quarter. A coin that could have easily slipped into someone's change at a gas station, or ended up forgotten in a coin jar. That's the incredible power of numismatics, the study and collecting of coins, and why so many people are now turning their attention to the coins they've ignored for years. So, what should you do now? Simple. Go check your change. Dig through old drawers. Look at that collection of coins passed down from a parent or grandparent. You never know, that simple Connecticut quarter from 1999 might be more than just a piece of history. It might just be your $65,000 discovery waiting to happen. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more amazing coin facts and hidden treasures from US currency, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with friends and family. Who knows, maybe you'll be the one to inspire the next great coin discovery. Stay curious, stay observant, and always check your change, because treasure doesn't always come in gold bars, sometimes it comes in quarters. Top 4. Sometimes, the most valuable things in life are hiding in plain sight. You may think that coins are just spare change, something tossed in a jar or spent without a second glance. But what if I told you that a simple quarter from 1991, a coin most people wouldn't give a second thought to, could actually be worth a fortune? That a 25-cent piece, minted right here in the United States, could be a collector's dream, and even change someone's life forever? In today's video, we're exploring the surprising story and hidden value of the 1991 Washington quarter dollar, a coin that, in the right condition and with the right characteristics, has fetched absolutely staggering prices in the numismatic world. This isn't a coin from the 1800s. This isn't ancient treasure dug up from the past. This is a modern coin, one you or someone you know might already have. Let's start with the basics. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since 1932, originally introduced to commemorate the 200th birthday of the first U.S. President, George Washington. It quickly became a permanent part of everyday commerce and has gone through several design changes over the years. But in 1991, the quarter still carried the classic Washington design on the front, a strong profile of the founding father facing left, the word, Liberty, boldly stamped above, and the familiar motto, In God We Trust, beside his jawline. The reverse side, at the time, still displayed the majestic bald eagle, wings outstretched, perched on a bundle of arrows and framed by olive branches, a timeless symbol of American strength and peace. Now, 1991 wasn't part of the State Quarter series. It wasn't minted with any special program or anniversary in mind. It was, by all appearances, a completely ordinary year. Millions of quarters were minted in both Philadelphia and Denver that year, and they circulated heavily throughout the decade. And that's what makes this story so amazing. Because despite being mass-produced, a very small number of 1,991 quarters have become extremely valuable due to a combination of rarity, minting errors, and pristine condition. You see, not all coins that come out of the U.S. Mint are perfect. Every now and then, something unusual happens, a misalignment during the strike, a die that gets damaged or improperly engraved, or a coin that's struck on the wrong metal. These errors, as collectors call them, are actually treasures. Because they're so rare, and so difficult to fake, they become incredibly desirable in the coin collecting world. Take, for example, the off-center strike. If you find a 1991 Washington quarter that has been struck significantly off-center, meaning the design is not fully on the coin, it can be worth a lot. Or the double die variety, where parts of the text or design look shadowed or doubled due to a rare mistake during the striking process. Even small differences can matter, a different shade of metal, a missing mint mark, or a slightly raised feature that shouldn't be there, and then there's condition. This is perhaps the most overlooked but most important factor. Most quarters from 1991 have been through a lot, dropped on sidewalks, jostled in vending machines, rubbed in wallets and purses. But a small few have been preserved in what's called mint state. These coins are untouched by circulation. No scratches, no wear, no dings. They are as crisp and clean as the day they were made, and professional grading services evaluate and score them on a scale from 1 to 70. If a 1991 quarter is graded MS67, MS68, or even higher, and it also happens to have an error or some unique feature, then its value doesn't just go up, it can absolutely skyrocket. Collectors from all over the country, and even internationally, are willing to pay top dollar for coins that check all those boxes. And this is where things get truly exciting. Because, once in a while, a coin surfaces that seems too good to be true, yet it's real, verified, and auctioned off to the highest bidder. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that looks just like any other quarter. Maybe it came from a cup holder, a laundry room, or a box of old coins in your attic. But upon closer inspection, it has a flaw, a beautiful, rare error that sets it apart from millions of others. And it's in flawless condition, the kind you rarely see. That's when collectors get serious. That's when bidding wars start. And now for the moment you've been waiting for. Because one particular 1991 Washington quarter, with an extremely rare mint error and preserved in nearly perfect condition, was sold not long ago for a price that shocked even seasoned collectors. That one ordinary-looking quarter was purchased for an astonishing total of $145,000. Yes, $145,000. For a quarter. A coin worth 25 cents on paper, but valued as a true collectible gem because of its rarity, error, and pristine quality. This isn't fiction. This is the kind of thing that's been documented, verified, and entered into the history books of numismatics. And it serves as a powerful reminder that not all treasure is buried. Some of it is jingling in your pocket, waiting to be discovered. So, if you have a 1991 quarter, check it. Look closely. Examine both sides for anything unusual. Is there a mint mark? Is there an error? Is it in near perfect shape? If it seems different or untouched by time, you might want to get it professionally graded. Because your simple coin could be far more than you ever imagined. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video interesting or inspiring, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell for more stories about valuable coins and hidden treasures. Who knows, your next trip through the change drawer might lead you straight to $145,000. Stay curious, stay sharp, and always check your change. Top 5. Have you ever casually reached into your pocket, pulled out some loose change, and tossed it aside without a second glance? It happens every day, in cars, couches, and coffee counters. But what if I told you that one of those everyday coins could actually be worth more than a luxury car? That a simple Washington quarter from the year 1995 might hold a hidden secret so rare, so unexpected, that it's quietly making collectors go wild? This isn't a fantasy or an exaggeration. Today, we're taking a deep dive into a coin that most people overlook, the 1995 United States of America Washington quarter dollar. At first glance, it may seem completely ordinary. But as you'll soon discover, this particular quarter has an extraordinary story, and for a lucky few, it's turned out to be a jackpot hiding in plain sight. Let's start with a little background. The Washington quarter has been a constant companion in American currency since 1932, created to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. While the design has seen changes over the decades, the version minted in 1995 still carried the classic design. Washington's proud profile facing left, the word, Liberty, overhead, the motto, In God We Trust, to the side, and the date boldly stamped below. On the reverse, we see the majestic eagle, wings outstretched, perched above a bundle of arrows, surrounded by olive branches. This powerful image represents the balance between strength and peace, and it stood strong as the standard design before the state quarters program kicked off in 1999. Now here's where things get really interesting. The 1995 Washington quarter wasn't part of a commemorative series. It wasn't tied to a historic event or anniversary. It was, by all definitions, a regular circulating coin. Millions were produced by the U.S. Mint that year, both in Philadelphia and Denver. They made their way into pockets, purses, vending machines, and cash registers across the country. But here's the twist: hidden among those millions are a tiny handful of quarters that are unlike the rest. Coins that, through a rare combination of minting errors, unique characteristics, and pristine preservation, have become shockingly valuable. These are the coins that transform from common change into coveted collector's items. Let's talk about what makes a 1995 quarter so special. First, you have the possibility of error coins. These are mistakes that happen during the minting process, and believe it or not, collectors love them. One of the most famous types of error is a double die, where parts of the design, like the letters or date, appear to be doubled due to a misalignment in the stamping process. A true double die can turn an otherwise ordinary coin into something worth thousands. Then there's the off-center strike, where the coin design is misaligned, leaving a blank crescent of unstruck metal. Or the wrong planchet error, where a quarter might accidentally be struck on a coin blank meant for a dime or another denomination, giving it a lighter weight and different size. Now combine one of those rare errors with another powerful factor: condition. Most coins go through the wear and tear of circulation. They get scratched, faded, chipped, or dulled. But a very small number, perhaps kept in sealed sets or forgotten in rolls, remain untouched. These are known as mint state coins. When graded professionally, coins in the highest grades, MS 67, MS 68, and above, are considered the elite. They shine, literally and figuratively. And when a 1995 Washington quarter has both a rare minting error and near-perfect condition, that's when collectors start to pull out their wallets. That's when auctions get competitive. That's when prices climb beyond what anyone could have imagined for a coin that started life worth only 25 cents. But this isn't just speculation. This is based on real events. Coins like this have surfaced. Not many, just a few. Enough to spark curiosity, competition, and serious bids. Now imagine this: you're sorting through old coins in a jar, flipping through a collection handed down by a relative, or even receiving a quarter as change at the store. You look at the date, 1995. You flip it over. Something looks different. The letters look doubled. Or the design is off-center. Or it looks far too crisp and shiny for a coin that's nearly 3 decades old. You might have something special. And it's worth taking seriously. Because coins like this, rare, flawless, and with unique mint characteristics, have already broken records. Which brings us to the most incredible part of this story. Point 1. Particularly rare 1995 Washington Quarter, verified by professional grading services and exhibiting a rare minting error while maintaining an almost flawless condition, didn't just make headlines, it made history. It left the world of spare change far behind and entered the realm of high-value collectibles. That single quarter, that one small, silver-toned coin, sold for a mind-blowing, jaw-dropping total of $130,000. Yes, you heard that right. $130,000. For a coin most people would pass over without a second glance. Let that sink in. The next time you receive change, the next time you open your coin jar or pull open a dusty drawer filled with old money, you might just have a hidden gem waiting to be discovered. And now, you know what to look for. So, take another look at those quarters. Study the date. Check the condition. Look for anything that seems unusual. Because that 1995 Washington Quarter you find today might just be the key to $130,000. If you found this story as incredible as we did, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin mysteries and money-making discoveries, and share this video with someone who might have a treasure hidden in their change jar. Because coins aren't just currency, sometimes they're a fortune in disguise. Stay curious, stay sharp, and always check your change. Top 6. Have you ever stopped and taken a close look at a quarter? Not just flipped it into a parking meter or dropped it into a vending machine, but really examined it, studied the year, the details, the texture, the small marks that make each coin unique? Most of us don't. After all, it's just 25 cents, right? But what if I told you that one particular quarter from the year 1979, a coin you might find in your pocket or sitting forgotten in a drawer, could actually be worth a jaw-dropping fortune? That's right. Today, we're diving into the story of the 1979 United States of America Washington Quarter dollar. A coin that, under the right circumstances, has stunned collectors and dealers alike with its unexpected rarity and hidden value. And believe it or not, it's still out there. You could have one right now and not even know it. Let's rewind to 1979. It was the last year of the 70s, a time of change, innovation, and economic shifts. The U.S. Mint was producing coins at full speed to keep up with demand. In fact, millions of quarters were struck that year, both in Philadelphia and Denver. On the surface, the 1979 quarter looks almost identical to the ones minted in the years before and after. The obverse, or front, of the coin shows the famous profile of George Washington, facing left, with the words, Liberty, overhead and In God We Trust, to the side. Below Washington's portrait, the year is clearly stamped, 1979. On the reverse side, you'll find the American bald eagle, wings spread wide, perched atop a bundle of arrows, encircled by olive branches, a symbol of strength and peace. Above, it reads, United States of America, and below, the denomination, quarter dollar. To most people, it's just another quarter. But here's the thing, not all 1979 quarters were created equal. And some are worth far more than 25 cents. So what makes certain 1979 quarters so valuable? Let's break it down. First, condition is key. Coins that were never circulated, never scratched or dropped or worn down by time, these are referred to as mint state, or uncirculated. They are graded by professional coin services on a scale from 1 to 70, with anything above MS 65 considered excellent. If a 1979 quarter has survived the decades in flawless condition, untouched by human hands, its value already starts to climb. But now let's talk about the real jackpot, error coins. You see, in the fast-paced world of coin production, mistakes do happen, and when they do, they can result in a one-of-a-kind coin. And in the world of numismatics, rarity means value. Some 1979 quarters are known to have die breaks, cracks or chips in the die that leave raised lines or bumps on the coin. Others may have double dies, where parts of the design or lettering appear doubled due to a misalignment during minting. Still others were struck off-center or even on the wrong metal blank. Imagine a quarter made on a dime planchet or a foreign coin blank. These types of mistakes are rare, eye-catching, and highly collectible. Now here's where it gets even more exciting. There's a particularly rare version of the 1979 quarter that features a combination of factors. It was struck with a mint error and has been preserved in near-perfect condition. That's the magic formula. It's not just about age, it's about uniqueness, preservation, and desirability to collectors who are always searching for that next standout piece for their collection. These coins aren't just sitting in museums or elite collections. They've been discovered in the most surprising places, from old coin jars to inherited collections, from change given at a gas station to forgotten rolls in safety deposit boxes. And if one thing is true, it's this: most people have no idea what they're holding. So how can you tell if your 1979 quarter is special? First, check for a mint mark. Coins from Philadelphia will have no mark at all. Those from Denver have a D beneath the date. San Francisco coins, used mainly for proof sets, are marked with an S. While most of these coins are common, the errors or variations within these mintings are what make the difference. Look for doubling on the letters, especially Liberty and In God We Trust. Inspect the edges. Is the coin slightly off-center or does it look thicker than usual? Listen to the sound it makes when dropped. Coins struck on the wrong planchet often have a lighter, more hollow tone. If anything seems odd or unusual, it might be worth having it professionally graded, and this leads us to the most thrilling part of today's story. Because one specific 1979 Washington quarter, featuring a rare minting error, preserved in mint state condition, and professionally authenticated, did something no one expected. It didn't just sell for a few $100s. It didn't sell for a few thousand. It crossed the line into the realm of high-value collectibles. That one single quarter, once worth just 25 cents, was sold to a private collector for a stunning, unbelievable total of $108,000. Yes, $108,000. For a quarter. Think about that. The next time you casually toss a quarter into a tip jar, or slide one into a parking meter, consider this: that little coin could be hiding a six-figure secret. It's stories like this that have collectors searching high and low, examining every coin with care, and keeping an eye out for the unnoticed gems of American currency. So go ahead, check your coin jar. Look in that old wallet, that dusty drawer, or that box of forgotten change. Because you never know when you might stumble upon your very own $108,000 treasure. If this story amazed you, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, and share it with someone who might have a hidden fortune waiting to be found. Because sometimes, the most valuable things in life are right there in the palm of your hand. Keep looking. Keep learning. And always, check your change. Top 7. How often do you think about the coins you carry every day? Quarters are so common. We use them in parking meters, vending machines, and toll booths, that most people never pause to look twice. But what if I told you that one of those plain, silver-toned quarters, specifically from the year 1974, could be worth more than your car, even more than some homes? Yes, it sounds unbelievable. But today, we're taking a deep dive into one of the most surprising stories in U.S. coinage, the 1974 Washington quarter dollar. On the surface, it might seem like just another piece of pocket change. But beneath that ordinary appearance lies a history, a mystery, and for a lucky few, a fortune. The Washington quarter has been a pillar of American currency since 1932. It was originally created to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. The design remained mostly unchanged for decades. By 1974, the coin still bore the familiar image: George Washington's proud profile on the obverse, facing left, the word, Liberty, across the top, and the national motto, In God We Trust, stamped to the side. Below Washington's image was the year, 1974. The reverse side of the coin displayed a strong, majestic eagle with wings spread, resting on a bundle of arrows and surrounded by olive branches. Above the eagle, the words, United States of America. Below the denomination. Quarter dollar. It was a design rooted in tradition, stable, strong, and unchanged during a time of economic uncertainty and rising inflation. Now, here's where things start to get very interesting. In 1974, the U.S. Mint was experimenting with different materials. They were preparing for major changes in coin production, especially with the upcoming release of the bicentennial designs in 1975 and 1976. During this period, test strikes, minting errors, and transitional pieces began to appear. Some were caught and destroyed, but others slipped through the cracks. Millions of quarters were minted in 1974, from Philadelphia, with no mint mark, and from Denver, marked with a D below the date. Most of them are still only worth face value today, but a small number are dramatically more valuable. The reason? Rare minting errors and exceptional condition. Let's talk about condition first. The grading scale for coins ranges from 1 to 70. A coin that's fresh from the mint, without scratches, wear, or blemishes, is considered mint state. Coins graded MS65 or higher are considered collector quality. If a 1974 quarter has been carefully preserved, never circulated, and kept in a flawless state for decades, it already becomes significantly more valuable. Now add a mint error, and the value skyrockets. Some 1974 quarters were struck on the wrong type of metal. Others have doubling on the date or lettering, known as a double die error. These can be subtle, like slightly shadowed text, or dramatic, where letters appear as if they're echoing themselves. Then there are off-center strikes, where the coin's design is shifted to one side, and planchet errors, where the coin blank itself was faulty, and then the ultra-rare, test coins and transitional errors. During the mid-1970s, the Mint was preparing to switch designs for the bicentennial coins, so some quarters from 1974 may have been struck using experimental dyes or materials. These coins are exceptionally rare, and when found, collectors compete aggressively to own them. But even more exciting is that these rare versions of the 1974 quarter have been discovered in ordinary places: change jars, old drawers, inherited collections, forgotten rolls from the bank. Most people had no idea what they were holding until they took a closer look, or showed it to a professional. So how do you know if your 1974 quarter is special? Start by examining the details. Look closely at the year. Is there any doubling in the numbers? Are the words Liberty or In God We Trust slightly distorted or shadowed? Does the coin look slightly off-center? Is the edge unusual in color or texture? Next, check the mint mark. If you see AD, it's from Denver. No letter? That's from Philadelphia. If anything seems out of the ordinary, or if the coin looks unusually sharp, brilliant, or heavy, it could be worth investigating further. Professional coin grading services like PCGS or NGC can analyze your coin under magnification and assign it a certified grade. Once graded and verified, coins can be sold at auctions or directly to collectors, and that's when the real surprises begin. Because believe it or not, one 1974 Washington quarter, with an extremely rare mint error and in pristine mint state condition, shattered expectations when it was sold at a high-profile auction. That single quarter, once part of someone's spare change, ended up selling for a staggering total of $135,000. Yes, $135,000. For a quarter. Let that sink in. 25 cents, if perfectly preserved and holding a rare error, can become a life-changing discovery. And this isn't just a one-off story. Collectors are always on the lookout for rare coins, and many of them are still in circulation, sitting in drawers, or tucked away in boxes from decades ago. So what can you do right now? Go check your change. Look at the coins in your kitchen, your glove box, or that forgotten jar in the attic. Especially pay attention to quarters from the 1970s. And if you find one from 1974, don't ignore it. Study it. Examine it carefully. Because you might just be holding a piece of hidden history, and a treasure that's worth far more than anyone would expect. If you found this video helpful or fascinating, hit that like button and subscribe for more amazing stories from the world of rare coins. Share it with your friends and family. You never know who might have one of these valuable coins sitting unnoticed in their home. Keep searching. Keep learning. And always check your change, because that next coin in your hand might be worth $135,000.